On July 27, 2025, the United Center in Chicago hosted a marquee WNBA regular season clash as the 14-12 Indiana Fever invaded the 7-18 Chicago Sky. With star point guard Caitlin Clark sidelined for a fourth straight game by a lingering groin injury, the Fever leaned heavily into its depth and system, trusting collective execution to carry them. Angel Reese and Courtney Vandersloot remained absent for the Sky, forcing head coach James Wade to scramble rotations in front of a fervent 18,342-strong crowd. When tip-off arrived, supporting casts on both sides knew they would write the story. Welcome to Jintatski Sports, your spot for all things sports. From legendary moments and big-time plays to inspiring stories and deep dives, we bring you the content that keeps the game alive. If you love sports as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Chicago struck first through Camila Cardoso's high-arc elbow jumper and a driving finish by Rebecca Allen, but Indiana responded with a 14-0 run that defined the stanza. Kelsey Mitchell drilled a succession of pull-up triples, finding her rhythm from 17 feet, while Aliyah Boston imposed her will on the block, punishing Chicago's second-unit bigs for consecutive post hooks. Michaela Timpson, whose fearless rookie instincts have shown all season, scooped in a reverse layup off a backdoor cut that capped the 26-13 opening quarter. Despite Rachel Banham's 4 first-period triples keeping Chicago within reach, the Fever's tempo and spacing had already planted a 2-digit seed. As the Sky fought to chip away, they forced 9 Fever turnovers and converted them into 14 points, with Kia, Nurse, and Banham combining for 8 early in the stanza. But Indiana's bench refused to wilt. Timpson poured in 8 points before intermission, and Ari McDonald orchestrated the half's closing rally, finishing with 6 assists and 3 steals by halftime. Her pull-up triple with 2:04 to play staved off a full Chicago charge. And when the horn sounded, Indiana's 51-39 cushion underscored how its collective depth neutralized Chicago's spirited fight. After intermission, the Sky surged within 1 possession on Nurse's crafty mid-range jumper, drawing gasps from a sold-out arena. Yet the Fever's veterans retook control. Mitchell answered with her 5th triple, and McDonald's no-look feed sprung Lexi Hull on a back cut for a lay-in. Boston's trademark spinning bank shot restored breathing room, and with 0.7 seconds left, Hull banked home a buzzer beater that sent the United Center into stunned silence. Hull finished with 7 points in 19 minutes, her late quarter heroics epitomizing Indiana's willingness to trust every rotation. Entering the decisive frame-up 14, Indiana sustained its pressure. Mitchell opened with her 7th three, pushing her total to a season-high 35 points, and Cunningham shook free for an elbow jumper off another McDonald assist. Boston grabbed a key offensive rebound and converted under duress, and although Allen and Cardoso produced late layups, Timpson's mid-range jumper and Boston's second chance put back extinguished any hope of a home crowd revival. Indiana's help-side rotations forced 6 additional turnovers, turning the skews into 14 transition points and sealing a 93-78 victory. The Fever's triumph was born of defensive adjustments and unselfish offense. After surrendering 41 first-half points, Indiana held Chicago to 37 in the second half, forcing 23 miscues that generated 31 fast break points. Their 26 assists on 33 made baskets reflected a flawless sharing mentality and a 47.8% three-point clip balanced a 42.4% overall effort. Mitchell's 35 points, 7-4-10 from deep, tied her career high. Boston delivered a 14-point, 11-rebound, 6-assist double-double, and McDonald's 6 assists and 3 steals dictated the game's tempo. Chicago's 23 turnovers and 12 of 39 shooting from long range, 30.8%, undercut their home court advantage. Indiana's cohesive two-way rotations and front-court versatility stand as its greatest asset. Boston's ability to seal her defender and pop from the elbow forces defenders into conflict, spawning kickouts for Mitchell and Hull. McDonald's pick-and-roll orchestration and on-ball pressure catalyze both transition bursts and half-court sets. Yet against teams that refuse to sprint back and anchor the paint, the Fever's transition-heavy identity can stall, morphing into contested mid-range possessions when spacing collapses. To fortify, Indiana should embed mid-range pick-and-pop sequences for Boston and Hull, stretching defenses to 17 feet, and script staggered off-ball screens that punish aggressive hedges. Cementing box-out fundamentals will also secure more second-chance points against rugged frontcourts. Coach Christie's sides will convene film sessions to dissect the pack line adjustments that stifled Chicago in the second half, freezing each successful trap and recovery rotation. Defensive drills will rehearse mid-quarter reset cues, show left, recover, until instincts sharpen. Offensively, the staff will install pick-and-pop sets for Boston at the elbow, accompanied by staggered slip screens for Hull to exploit hedges. Simulated late-game scrimmages, practicing up 10 with 3 minutes remaining, will hone clutch decision-making, while rebounding clinics emphasize box-out discipline and immediate outlet reads. Chicago's perimeter firepower, from Banham's deep range and Nurse's slashing creativity to Allen's off-ball movement, remains its backbone. Cardoso and Williams anchor interior defense, anchoring pick-and-roll coverages with brute strength. However, ball security proved fragile. 23 giveaways and the bench contributed just 9 points, exacerbating a 17-12 rebounding deficit. Over-reliance on isolation plays invited stagnation and inconsistent three-point conversion, 30.8%. Limited sustained runs. To evolve, the Sky must diversify creation through Princeton cuts for Cardoso and wheel actions for Nurse, fostering movement and catch-and-shoot opportunities. Reinforcing drop coverage principles, keeping Williams central while wings contest from a distance, will stem transition leaks. Chicago's leadership will use split-screen film to isolate turnover patterns and drop coverage breakdowns, pinpointing gap assignments that faltered. Defensive work will integrate live pick-and-roll rotations, enforcing sub-2-second recoveries and verticality to deter pull-up threats. Offensively, the Sky will script elevator screen actions for Banham and Nurse, generating instant catch-and-shoot looks before defenses can reset. Princeton cuts tying Cardoso into spacing will diversify the attack, supported by horn sets for Williams. Bench integration drills will rotate Zoe Gustafson and Aliyah Gales into late-game units to build trust in rebounding and defense. A data-driven fatigue management plan, strategic timeouts, and monitored rest will safeguard energy for the season's final sprint. Indiana's 93-78 win at the United Center showcased the potency of depth, defensive adaptability, and collective buy-in. Mitchell reflected, "Without Caitlin, we leaned on every rotation and trusted each other. That's how we won." Chicago coach James Wade conceded, "Our turnovers and bench struggles cost us. We must tighten in both areas." As both teams press toward the playoffs, the critical question remains: whose blueprint, Indiana's synergistic defense and depth or Chicago's perimeter prowess, will wield the greater influence when stakes peak? Thanks for watching Jintotsky Sports. If that video hit home or gave you something to think about, drop a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the heart of sports to life. Until next time, stay inspired and keep chasing greatness.